Hello, this is a demonstration of our Twitter application that we've developed for our distributed operating system project. This is a Twitter clone, and this basically performs all the functionalities which the actual Twitter application performs. So, so these are the functionalities that we have implemented, and uh, there's a web application that we've built which will simulate all these functionalities. So let me go ahead and quickly walk you through the functionalities that we have implemented. So first of all, to get it started, you'll have to unzip the project folder and change directory to the assets folder. So just copy assets, open my command prompt, and I'll change directory to assets. And then we're supposed to install some Node.js dependencies. We'll go ahead and do that. npm install. This will install the dependencies for us. One thing we've got to make sure before running all these steps is that we've got to make sure that we run ecto mix ecto.reset each time the server is stopped. Currently the server has not been started, so we're good. If you're stopping and starting it again, we have to make sure that we run ecto.reset each time the server is stopped. And we have to make sure that we have the PostgreSQL service up and running. And other than that, we need Elixir and Phoenix framework, which is on what the application is built on. So we'll get back to running. So once we've got installed the Node.js dependencies, we will move out of this directory and get the dependencies, the mix dependencies. So we'll go mix steps dot get. This will get the dependencies for us. Okay, and once we're done, we will have to run this command, mix steps dot get. Just copy it and paste it here. Database has been created. It says okay, and okay, one thing we have to make sure before we create the database is that the PostgreSDB credentials have to be specified in the dev.exe file. This is where you specify the credentials. For me, it's currently set to admin, but yeah. So if you have a different password, you might need to change it here. Okay, and so it's Postgres and the password is admin. So update it. So once you've done that, you can run mix next command, which is mix ecto migrate. And after that, we can start the server, which is, this is our Phoenix server. This is how you start it. You open the command prompt and start it up. So our server is up and running. Now we can access our web application at the localhost in our browser. Let's use Explorer. Yeah, the Edge browser. We're using Edge browser here. So let's try and test out the functionalities. So first of all, let's try user sign up. So currently we do not have any users, so let's, okay, so let us check out the login and sign up functionalities. Let's try and log in with the user. Let's say user xx. Let me put the password as user xx. Let's try and log in. It says an error because the user is not yet signed up. So let's try and sign up the user xx, and we do a user xx. We sign up the user and it says it's successfully signed up. So okay, similarly, let's create another user yy, user, let's say yy. Let's try and sign up this user yy, sign up as well. So now let's say let's log in the users. So user xx, and let me put an incorrect password and see if it throws an error. Blah blah blah. It says the empty username or password is not allowed or wrong. It throws an error. Let's put the correct password and login. So user xx, and the password was user xx, and yeah, we are in. Let's similarly log in with the other user with their application. This is the browser address that we have to use. We have user yy, and user yy is the password, and so yeah, both the users have logged in. And now let's try out the additional functionalities that we have implemented. Let's say user y makes a tweet. Hello. Okay, let's tweet success. So once the user has made the tweet, it appears in the feed. It says user yy has posted this tweet. And let's do the same for user xx. Okay, it shows successful as well. Now let's make the users follow each other. So let's say user x follows user yy, and user yy follows user xx. So now they'll get each other's tweets. So let's user yy tweets, I am on Twitter. So since the user X is online, the tweet is delivered live on his browser, and you can see the tweet which user Y has posted because he has already subscribed to him, and both of them are following each other. So the tweet is delivered live, and you can see it on his feed. So similarly, let's try and do it for him. I am on Twitter too. So we tweet, and let's see if it comes up. Yes, it comes up on user YY's feed as well. So the tweet functionality and the live delivery of tweet functionality is working fine. Now let's try out some other functionalities, like let's say we mention a user, and let's say we mention a user, and let's say if it is supposed to appear in my get my mentions tab. Let's say we user YY posts a tweet mentioning user XX, and let's post this tweet, and let's see if it comes up in mentions for user XX. Once I click on get on mentions, it comes up here as hello @ user XX. So user X gets it in his mentions. Similarly, it will happen the same for user Y. hello here at the rate user yy tweet successful. Let's check out my mentions for user y, and he gets user yy. So now let's test out the hashtag functionality, where you can search a tweet with hashtag. So let's make a hashtag I love UF, hashtag UF. This is successful. Now let's try and search. We'll have to search without the hashtag, so we'll just put UF and let's see. And yes, it fetches us the tweet with the hashtag. So that is how we can search for the hashtags. Now let's try the retweet functionality. Let's say we retweet this thing. I am on Twitter. Let's retweet this. It has been retweeted. It appends with a retweet tag on the tweet, and user XX also gets the tweet. It says retweet I am on Twitter. It appears in his feed as well. So these are the functionalities that we have implemented, pretty much what the project had asked. So let me see if I have missed anything. So yeah, authentication, sending tweets, login, subscribe, retweets, querying of tweets, and the live delivery. All of these features have been implemented. So let's finally log out and see if its log out feature is working. So log out, we've successfully logged out, and we'll log out as well. Okay, another feature we have added was the live simulation of like 1,000 users. We tested it out with 1,000 users. So once you sign up, and so it automatically creates 1,000 users for us and appends it with an underscore 01, 02, 03 IDs or the suffixes to the usernames, and we can see but we have to create one user for that. Once we create one user, after the first user is created, all these users are automatically created in our simulation, and we can fetch the users from the fetch users.exs file that we can see here. We'll just show this out. So after the simulation is run, we can just run the fetch users.exs file and see all the users, the 1,000 users that were created. So let's say you create a user with the name Naman, you'll get 1,000 users created automatically as part of the simulation. So and the name, the usernames being appended or suffixed with an underscore and then the number.